About 6 months ago, I really looked myself in the mirror and carefully evaluated what I really wanted out of life. And just being able to look myself in the eyes for the first time, just quietly, without anyone else around, I was really able to tell myself, like, hey, I really hate you. Like, I don't like anything about you. So it's about time we make a change. And so 6 months ago, I dedicated myself to this thing called a dopamine detox. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like taking a break from social media, instant gratification, junk food, like instant gratification basically. And to start doing things that were more delayed gratification. For example, meditation, cold showers, journaling, all these different things that might have taken discipline and were hard to do in the process of, or like trying to get yourself to do those habits, right? But afterward, you would have a positive benefit and it would benefit you in your life. So it's basically the opposite of, you basically know what it is. Like, everyone knows what instant gratification is. If you don't, like, just look it up, bro. It's not that hard. And so as I was dedicating myself to this kind of self-improvement regime, I set up these routines for myself. So all these different habits that you could possibly do, right? Like I mentioned, cold shower, meditation, journaling, all these different things. I put them into routines so that they could be easy for me to follow and replicatable, like consistently from day to day to day. So I would have a morning routine where I did a certain amount of things, certain few habits before I started my day. And I would have a night routine where it would basically wind me down, but it would also be good habits and everything that I could follow. And as I built momentum from following these routines, like I even made it my phone wallpaper. So I didn't even have to like open my phone, look what's on my routine. I would just pick up my phone, be able to see it, and I don't have to open it with the potential distractions. Like I was optimizing for self-improvement basically. And from the few months that I did follow these routines, the consistency, the identity built up, and I was able to really look at myself like, hey, it's possible for you to be disciplined. It's possible for you to actually, better yourself, and really quickly too. Like I was journaling, I was gratitude journaling, I was saying things that I was grateful to my parents. I was sending like thank you texts to my friends, bro. That's how deep it was getting. And I was just doing everything that I possibly could to kind of improve my life, right? Or at least make me feel like I was improving my life. And short answer, it worked. Like 6 months later, I feel so grateful for what I've done. And I can truly begin to start saying, not that I can truly say it yet, but I'm starting to be able to say like, hey, I truly love myself because I've given myself the opportunity to. I've earned the ability to say that, right? We always talk about, the world tells you to love yourself. Unconditional love. I don't believe in that, and neither should you. Why would you unconditionally love someone who stole happiness from you, who stole energy from you, right? Like, I always love to give this example. If you sleep late at night, what are you doing? Well, you're essentially stealing energy from your future self the next day. So why would you love that guy, right? He stole energy from you. If you procrastinate, right? What is that doing? That's basically piling on more work for your future self. So why would that guy love you, right? You haven't earned it. So if you don't love yourself, it's like you don't deserve to love yourself. I know I sound like an asshole, but it's completely true, right? Because if you did, you would. It's simple as that. So I hope you don't get offended by this and you can take this as constructive criticism. But it is possible to begin to love yourself and change your life, or wherever you are, to turn your life around really quick. And if you do feel like you're on a good trajectory, then why don't you love yourself? And if you do, then awesome. But you have to understand that self-love and something as deep as that has to be earned. And I don't know why a lot of us expect that we can just do it like automatically, because that's not true. And even at that, to be able to know who you are, right? Let's say I were to ask you, like, we didn't know each other. Who are you? What's your story? Right? Who are you is such a big question, but we can't even, you can't even answer it. I can't even answer it because we don't know, right? We don't really know. Like, okay, I'm 17, I live here, I like to do this is my mom, this is my dad, but that's not who you are, right? Your occupation, your job, that's not who you are. Where you go to school, that's not who you are. Your age isn't who you are. Bro, we have no clue who we are. And a lot of times we spend our entire lives trying to find that. Vast majority of the time we fail. So it really makes me wonder, do you think people 300, 400, 1,000 years ago, if we were to ask them that question, I doubt they'd have like, they'd be as clueless as we are today. Maybe they wouldn't have it all 100% figured out. I feel like in today's day and age, especially with, I want to sound like a Facebook mom, but like with Instagram and social media and your phone and everything, it's for real. Like, your phone tells you what to think a lot of times before you even form your opinion about something. Your phone makes you feel a certain way about everything, basically. And you're so influenced by all these outside environmental factors that you don't even take the time to just sit alone in a quiet environment. Okay, I'm next to a highway. But in a quiet environment like this, without anyone to distract you, to just come up with your own opinions, formulate your own thoughts, figure out who you really are, right? So I think that's what we're neglecting a lot, and especially in this day and age where kind of sitting alone without anything to do is it's kind of weird, right? But if you think back to like 200 years ago, even just 100 years ago, I think that'd be normal. You can imagine people would just like sit on a park bench and think about their life, process things, what's going on in my life, how do I want to deal with certain situations, what's coming up, what am I excited about, what's the future looking like what do I regret in the past. People would just think, right? People would just ponder, like thinker. And I think that's why mental health today is so terrible, because we don't even give ourselves time to process our life. Isn't that crazy? We don't even give ourselves time to process our lives. All those sleepless nights you get, like, I have trouble sleeping a lot of the time. I think it's vast majority of the reason is because I don't even give myself time throughout the day to be able to process what's happening in my, in this life, right? So I think you should implement that, like set a timer first, or like schedule in your day thinking time. I know that's weird and all, but hey, it's your depression and your mental health, so it's helped me, so if it can help me, it can help you. And breathing, bro, you're alive. You're watching a child behind your screen yap about like basically everything you already knew but aren't implementing. You're blessed, bro. You have this like device, whatever you're watching on. You're blessed. You have the capability to understand English to like a certain level. You have the ability to like see, like you have sight, right? You can see me right now. You can hear me right now. Not everyone has that. People that died last night, some of them had plans for today. A lot of them had plans for today. You know that there are people that will die today that had plans for tomorrow? Might be me, it might be you. You never know. So don't waste your life away. Don't just like to boast in arrogance about tomorrow, to think that you have tomorrow, to think that you have next year. On this day we're gonna do this. On that day next week we're gonna do this and that. That's arrogance. Nothing is owed to you. So make the most of today. Everything that you have today, nothing is owed to you. So I just want to leave you with that. If you want to hear more from a 17-year-old trying to figure out life, subscribe. It's a win-win for both of us. Get after it.